Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Tyler, House of Cards TCG, and if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure to go check out my Adamancipator Prank Kids profile, as well as the test duels that got me to the point where I was ready to put together a profile that I had with Shane against some other meta decks. But Shane and I have been working, and we're going to create a new series for you guys because we are very close to 1,000 subscribers and we want to hit that mark, so please make sure to subscribe so you can enjoy all the content. We put out videos every single day, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, so make sure to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to us and is appreciated as we near 1,000, which is insane. In 5 months that we've been able to get almost 1,000 subscribers, so help us get to that mark as we got some other cool videos to do. So this is going to be the first of hopefully many. We're going to take every single deck that we do. You know, Shane and I, we play a lot of decks. Me, mostly Rogue. Shane, a lot of meta. So with this deck, I'm going to go through a combo. So not only can you learn the combo tutorial, I'm going to teach you, as somebody who plays this deck, when is the best time to hand trap? What is the best timing to hit this deck to make the most impact? So let's go ahead and go through a test hand. Again, work with me here. We're going to try to do this together. So we're going to draw 5. Now see, with this deck, I know a big thing of this deck is that is absolutely busted, by the way. I mean, that's just insanity. So with this, you know, your opponent doesn't know what you have. Obviously, a big thing with this deck is getting Guardian out, because Guardian protects you, or to get a Herald out. So, first thing that, if I were playing, I would obviously normal summon Analyzer, and then to prevent myself from getting hand trapped, I would special summon Seeker, and probably special summon a Researcher. Now, I don't have to do this right out the gate, but let's say we went here, because we want to mill a Guardian to protect us from Nibiru, from hand traps. So, looking at this, one of the more important things are the level 2 tuners. So when you're asking, when should I Gamma him? When should I Ash him? When should I Skullmeister, Droll and Lock, and all that? Droll and Lock does have an impact on this deck, but it's not priority. Obviously, Lancia doesn't do much, so I wouldn't recommend playing Lancia against this deck. As well as, if you need to fill a spot and you're playing a heavy hand trap deck, you could play Droll, but it's not really impactful on this deck because, you know, we search Guardian off Supplier, we draw one off of Roxy, but other than that, don't really add to hand unless I'm missing something. Everything's milled in special summons. So these two, I wouldn't play against this deck. Now, of course, Ghost Bell has its points. You can add a card from the graveyard to the hand, deck, or extra deck. Special summon a monster from the graveyard. Obviously, Ghost Bell plays a role against Signs, against Monster Reborn that we do, and we don't really banish. So, but Bell could be used if we're gonna banish, let's say, one of our cards for Raptide, I suppose. So Bell, I would say, there's probably better cards you could play than Bell in this deck. You know, and there's not a lot of graveyard effects, so Skullmeister might even be up there. But anyway, let's say this is my opponent's board. They're going to activate Analyzer. You could Ash that, but I probably wouldn't. But you know that they're probably going to get a Guardian. They don't have a Guardian in hand, so you could Ash the Analyzer, but considering there's so much follow-up, it's really not going to do anything. He is a level 4, which is important, but there are 2 level 2 tuners. I would probably hold out on the Gamma. I wouldn't use it yet. So let's say they milled 4, 5, and they actually whiffed. Okay, so we whiffed on that one. Now they're going to activate Seeker's effect. We're going to let that resolve. They hit Doki Doki and Supplier. They're probably going to bring out Doki Doki. Now at this point, they're going to probably go into Appaloosa. They're going to activate Doki's effect. When they activate Doki's effect, they're probably going to send for cost the Analyzer in their hand. Right here, great Ash. Yes, this right here makes a Herald, so you know that they have the this right here too, because they already use Seeker's effect. So right here, they're going to make Herald and prevent you from Nibiru, prevent you from different things. So right now, if you can get Doki off the field, that's great. Would be a great Gamma, because once Gamma hits, this is dead. Now all they have is tuners, and they have to hope that they hit off of Researcher. If not, I mean, they got 2 level 2 tuners and a level 4 tuner. They're not making synchros. They could go into a Link 3. They could go into, I mean, what else are you gonna be able to do here? You don't really have much. So right now, if I saw this play and then they activate Doki, boom, that's a Gamma. That's a Gamma hit for sure, because Doki does a lot. Because what Doki does is they send this level 4 to the grave, and when you see that, so if your opponent, if they use Doki and they send a Seeker, a level 2, they're special summoning another Adamancipator. But if they shoot a level 4 to the grave, which is Analyzer, maybe because they already have Analyzer, they're going to either special summon Analyzer, not in this instance because they have it, or guess what's coming? If it's not a Prank Kid, they could be Prank Kid, link up. But either way, it's going to be a good hit. Guardian, level 4. So if Doki resolves, you're probably looking at that. And guess what? You just wasted your chance to hit him with a hand trap. So 100%, I'd say in this instance, I'm going to Gamma the Doki. That doesn't resolve. They're stuck with this. And then they're going to activate Researcher. And let's just see hypothetically. I mean, they probably hit because this deck is just, it does hit. So I don't want to say it doesn't, but you definitely just affected their inboard 100%. So they mill 5. Ooh. They missed. They whiffed. So guess what? That's their board. I mean, what else do you, I mean, you could go into a Hauk, but Hauk special summons a tuner. He requires 2 level 4s. They didn't get their level 4 out. Hauk requires a tuner. Doesn't help their situation. You go into Salamangreat, Amirage off of Researcher. You can't make Raptite because they're all tuners. You can't make Dragite because they're all tuners. You go into Unicorn, you can't link into the Prank Kids. So just that one Gamma on Doki, if you know their board, boom, you have just completely changed. And now, guess who's winning this game? You are. So that is a great spot to hit the Gamma. Now let's look at another test hand, because obviously, which is insane that Adamancipator opened up all 3 of the Adamancipators, got all 3 on the board, activated all 3 effects, and that's what you left them with? That's crazy. That's full combo. You get all 3 Adamancipators out, that's full combo. Now, I do understand you got lucky on the mills, and I didn't set that up or anything. You got lucky, but that one Gamma completely changed that board, and then you swing over and you're going for game there. So, all right, let's do one more test hand, maybe 2. We're only 8 minutes into this video. So I want to show you maybe some other extenders that they could be going for. So they open Supplier, Ash, Pot of Avarice, and Assigns. Obviously, this is not the best board. We're gonna go ahead and draw 5 more so that we can go into a combo. Maybe we gotta do a hard shuffle. Okay, so we got Doki, we got Roxy's, Nib, Parallel Exceed. Okay, great opening here. Okay, so first thing that they're probably gonna do is go and normal summon the Roxy. Roxy is gonna get them into a link climb with boards, and you're gonna get Parallel to go for Gallant Granite. That's what Parallel Exceed is for. Abyss Dweller and Granite. Keep that in mind. So this is gonna be a great test video here. So they link off Roxy's. They bring out Meow Meow, which, by the way, this came up when I played this deck at locals. Did you know Meow Meow's a rock? Because I got locked into the Warlords. Meow Meow's a rock. It's really nice anyway. All right, so off Roxy's, we're gonna do chain 1 Roxy's or chain 1 Parallel, but chain 1 Roxy's, chain 2 Parallel. So you let that resolve. So Parallel, and then Roxy's effect. Let's say they banish Nib, draw 1, which is Dragite, and then special summon Dropsies. So no sense in hitting this anywhere here. However, on Parallel, okay, because right here, yeah, this is level 4, and you know that they're gonna get a level 4 off of Roxy's. So on Parallel, I'm probably gonna let this resolve because if you Ash this, Roxy's is coming back, which is a level 4. They're gonna have a Link 2 with Roxy's parallel. That's Appaloosa, that's it just depends on where they go. So I'm probably gonna resolve this because when they bring back Roxy's on the Link here for Doodle Doo, you still have 2 level 4s. So probably would not hit here. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna link these 2 away. They're gonna go into Doodle, and then they're gonna special summon, parallel effect obviously brings itself out, because we didn't hit that. So then they bring out another Roxy's. All right, now what they're gonna do here, they're gonna need to extend, so they're gonna Ixie summon into Granite. What Granite does is Granite searches you any of your Adamancipators, because they didn't open any Adamancipator, and you're assuming that they didn't because they would be on the board. So right here, they're gonna activate Granite, they're gonna pitch parallel, and what that does is add a rock to hand. This, easy. Ash it if you have an Ash, Gamma it, boom, that resolves, or doesn't resolve, goes to grave because Gamma destroys. So this is the Granite. If you see Granite and you don't see an Adamancipator on the board and they have Granite out, guess what? They don't have an Adamancipator. Stop them from getting one. That's an easy Gamma target. So boom, you pop that. Now, what? Again, like the last test hand, what are they gonna do? Link 3? We don't play Link 3s in Adamancipator. So right there, Gamma target or Ash target, because even if you Ash that, yeah, they're gonna make Appaloosa. All right, so you have a 3 negate Appaloosa to get over, and that's their board. Which isn't bad. It's not, yeah, I get it, but you're asking when to hand trap them. Granite. If you see Granite, definitely hand trap Granite. So, keep that in mind. If they go for Granite and you don't see an Adamancipator, that's what chances are they need an Adamancipator in order to resolve Granite. Okay. All right, let's end with one more. Maybe we could show some different stuff. So like I said, Ash and Gamma and Nibiru. Obviously, Nib, you're going to use Nib on the 5th summon if they don't have a Guardian on board. Or, you know what? You might Nib them anyway to get rid of their Guardian, because Guardian does extend them. So everybody thinks that Guardian's just protection. Guardian's actually an extender for this deck too, and provides protection. So most of the time they don't end on Guardian. So if you Nib that, you can at least make them burn their Guardian and get it off the board. Might stop them from getting, because Guardian is a level 4, and you don't want them to get a level 4, go into Granite, Appaloosa off of it, they go into Savage off of it, they can go into the Synchro Dragon, so you still want to Nib on that there. All right, one more test hand. So they open Analyzer, that's a good one. Reborn, Guardian, Roxy, and Signs. All right, so here, man, this would be a tough one. So you got to get your Adamancipator out, and there's no way to discard the Adamancipator here, even though you have a Signs. You could link it away, and his effect obviously is that he special summons if your opponent controls a monster. So I don't see them normal summoning Guardian, because then that's game. Like they can't do anything. So they're gonna have to normal summon Analyzer, activate effect. Now any player that plays Adamancipators, you know that this can get gammaed. So if they summon a Adamancipator, normal summon, keep that in mind, and they haven't followed up with another Adamancipator, that means that they don't have extension. Of course they have Signs, which you don't know that they have Signs. So this right here, if you see one, you could definitely gamma this for sure, but gamma negates the activation. Let me double check that. Yeah, negate the activation. So if I got gammaed here, all I have to do is Signs, and boom, I bring back my Analyzer, stack my deck with what I want to see, and extend. So I normal summon Analyzer. This would be a great Ash target right here, because Ash does not negate the activation, it negates the effect. So ashing this Analyzer right here on a normal summon with no follow-up Adamancipator, great Ash target. Gamma, it's one of those things where you don't know my opponent's board. I would probably gamma this, but again, you don't know that they have follow-up with Signs and Reborn, and gamma negates the activation, so just keep that in mind. So this right here, great ash target only because there's no follow-up. There's no follow-up Adamancipator on this board. So great target here. Unless they were extending off, maybe we can see some other points. They did hit the Guardian, they hit Roxy. So they would probably bring out Roxy here because of follow-up. And then of course go through the play, which would then bring out, it's crazy what one card does in this deck. Meow Meow, Roxy effect, you would banish this Roxy, draw a card, which is another Signs. That's broken. Where was this hand on Saturday when I played this deck? All right, that special summons out a Dropsy. Then they link these two off for, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is easy nib target. Because they don't have a Guardian out, they don't have any protection. So on Doodle, they would special summon out Prank, and then boom, you drop nib here because they don't have a Guardian. So what else do they do after this? They have no play. All right. But so nib target here with no Guardian, obviously that just makes perfect sense. Now here, what they're probably gonna do is go into Appaloosa on this one because they have follow-up with Signs and Reborn. So you're gonna really be stuck here, but you can also burn Appaloosa. So there's a 3 negate Appaloosa. Then they're gonna drop Signs. Signs is gonna bring back Analyzer. Analyzer obviously can't activate his effect, but they're probably gonna drop a Guardian to the top of the deck just so they can make sure they draw it. And then obviously they wanna continue on, so they're probably gonna Reborn a Roxy. What that does, it gets them into a Synchro 8. They can go into the Synchro Dragon or the Savage. So that was just a little combo I wanted to pull for you, so that way you can just see some things. So on a combo side, even if you open one Adamancipator, you can still set up a 3 negate Appaloosa. You could do a 2 negate Savage, or you can go Synchro Dragon, whichever you prefer. So that was more on the combo side, but that is why if you see one Adamancipator, you want to make sure to ash that because there's no follow-up. They don't have any extender. And any good Adamancipator player is not going to summon Analyzer knowing it can get gammaed without special summoning either Seeker or Researcher behind it, because if this gets gammaed and that was your normal summon, you now can't extend. So when you only see one Adamancipator, great ash target, potentially could be a really good gamma target as well. But of course, you don't know if they have Signs or not, but at least you get to burn that. So that is hand trapping Adamancipator. Hopefully you guys picked up a little bit of knowledge from this and can see some different things. Let me know what you think of this style of video, because like I said, we really want to keep doing these videos on different decks so that we can not only help you, but help us become better players and set up this whole series where you know when you're facing an opponent and facing a certain deck, you know when to hand trap them. So let us know what you think of this video. This has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG. I'm signing out.
House of Cards.